Today guys, I wanted to make a quick video talking about offices in Grand RP, and it's probably the best way to make money in the game, realistically. So I hope you go on to enjoy today's video, and if you haven't joined the server before and want to, be sure to click the link down below in the description, click on start playing, select which server you want to play on, register an account, download the launcher, and if you need any more assistance, there's a quick video at the end to help you guys out. So let's dive into this here, right? As you guys may know, a while back I purchased myself my own office. Now they aren't cheap, but the same thing goes for businesses. The amount of money I spent on the office, I believe, was around $70 million. You pay $5 million to get the first level, I think it's 15 for second level, and then 50 million for the third level office. The third level office is what allows you to actually have a public office that other people are able to do tasks for, which is where all of the money's going to come in. Now you hear that and you're like, that's a lot of money to spend. Well, put it into the perspective of somebody looking to buy a business. $70 million isn't going to get you the most insane business in the entire city. You're not going to be able to buy any gas station. You'd be lucky to get a decent ATM, but you probably won't be able to get a clothing store either, not even a hair salon. There's not much you can get with 70 mil when it comes to an actual business except an office building. Now, when I purchased my office, I did a test on it. I started promoting it a bunch, and in about a week, I made $2 million. And that was pretty great. And then I just stopped promoting it, and I kind of just let it do its thing. I pay for it every week or so, which isn't super expensive, and that's literally all I have to do. And the money just rolls into my bank account. I don't even notice it, but every single day it just keeps flowing in. So if we actually go over to the desk and take a look at the statistics, you make a lot of money from it. Now, what most people with offices do, and believe me, they make a lot more money than I do. They have it set up for their families and everything, and they give bonuses. I don't do any of that. But we'll get into the bonus part of it in just a minute. Like I said, I do nothing. I just pay for the office building, and that is it. And even if you click on state offices, mine is not here anywhere. You don't see it on this list, or maybe it's because it's my actual office, it doesn't pop up here, but I'm scrolling through here and I don't see it anywhere. And I'm pretty sure the most popular offices will be at the top of the list, if I'm not wrong. I found my office, money time. This is my office right here. And as you can see, it is pretty damn far down on this list. Like, look how far we're scrolling up here. Let's take a look at the history of this office. As the office owner, I'm able to see all of this information, and I'm able to see people that have completed tasks, and it's a great way to keep track of things if you're giving bonuses to people. But I actually just calculated this, and in the last 24 hours, a total of 16 tasks were completed. I'm sure some people out there that own offices are like, 16 tasks? That's nothing. Well, that ended up making me $192,000 in one day. Literally from 11:32 today, I scrolled down a tiny bit to 11:58 right here yesterday, 192 grand of pure profit. Now, I actually just paid for the office. I completely forgot to look how much it actually costs, but I don't believe it's that much. I think it might be around 5,000, maybe 10,000 per day. And even if it is 10,000 per day, as the office owner, you make $12,000 for every task somebody completes. So you pay for it for a day. You could literally complete one of your own tasks if you really want to, and boom, you make profit. But like I said, I don't do anything except pay for the office, and it makes that AFK money. Of course, you need people to do the tasks, so you can promote it if you want to. You can also give out bonuses, which is a huge incentive for lots of people in the city. Now, when I compare this to other businesses, and I've tested a pretty good amount of them. I've tested out gas stations, clothing stores, ATMs, 24/7s, the list goes on. For example, a taxi business. I tested it out. The guy ended up paying like 200 something million dollars for it, and I believe in a week, I made 650 grand. Once again, same sort of situation. All you do is pay for the business, and that's it. Let people do the work for you. But in a week, 650 grand, it's not great. Compared to my office, well, we can actually go and calculate the exact amount of money I made from this. Because I was just going to take 192,000 and multiply it by 7. But instead, let's go back a week into my office's history, if we can even go back that far, and just add it all up. Actually, it only goes back 4 days, or 3 days. Actually, a little bit less than 3 days. A total of 50 tasks were completed for my office, which is $600,000. Like I was saying a few seconds ago, the taxi business that I owned made 650 grand in 1 week. My office, on the other hand, made $600,000 in 3 days. So technically, it's more than 2 times profitable than a taxi business. So if you were able to sell an office, it'd probably go for like $400, $500 million, maybe even more than that if you're looking at those types of profits. But like I mentioned, I don't do anything. I literally just pay for it. I never look at the history, and I've never really given out bonuses. If I started doing bonuses, if I started promoting it more, I'd probably end up making a whole lot more money. Because like I said, when I tested it, I made $2 million a week, which is pretty solid. Comparing it to what I do now, in 1 week, I'd probably end up making around $1.5 million still by doing absolutely nothing. When I'm looking for profits, I'm also looking at time invested. For things like a gas station, when I tested that out, I was spending so much time restocking products constantly, and when the orders weren't getting fulfilled, I just have to do the orders myself. Even though I did make a lot of money, I spent a lot of time working on that business. Compared to this, where I've been free to do whatever I want, I don't even have to be in the city. As long as I pay for it, we're good to go. So if you're looking to buy a business in the city, maybe don't look at purchasing an actual business, like a hair salon or a tattoo parlor or chip tuning even. Well, chip tuning is a whole nother story, but you know what I mean. Maybe take a look at an office building, because there's a lot of money to be made there for doing absolutely nothing. Now let's talk about bonuses here for just a second. Most people, from what I've seen in the past, say complete one task, you get a 2 times bonus, meaning the person that completes the task will get an extra $10,000, which is a lot of money. The issue I see with that is the person who owns the office isn't making much money, because one person completes a task, that person gets 10 grand. The office owner makes 12 grand. The office owner then gives a 10 grand bonus to the person that did the task. They make a bunch of money, but the owner of the office only makes 2 grand, which is really cutting down your profits. But if you have a lot of people doing tasks, it starts to stack up. So it's really up to you how much you'd want to give as a bonus. But at the end of the day, as long as you're getting people to do the tasks, you can make a whole lot of cash. And if you guys want to do tasks for my office, you could just search up 14514 in the office menu or search up money time. But I'm just saying, if you have a little bit of money on your hands, I'd consider looking to invest in an office building. I don't know how much money I've made in total off of that office, but if we averaged it out, and let's just say every day we made 140 grand, which is a lot lower than what it shows in the statistics, but let's just say that. And we've owned it for just over a year, so we'll say around 400 days. We've made about $56 million from this office, and we only promoted it for about a week. I have to say that's pretty solid. Now, if we kept promoting it and started handing out some bonuses and stuff, got more people to do work for us, those profits would probably be around 40% higher, which means it would go from $56 million of profit up to $78.4 million. That's a lot of money, and that's pretty much the amount I invested, plus a bit extra. Now, a lot of people would probably be like, well, that's not great. Look how long it took you to make your money back. Well, imagine that, but from the taxi business, that cost $250 million, where I was only making $600K a week. In a year, I'd only make 31 mil from that taxi business. It would take nearly a decade for me to make all of the money back from that business. At the end of the day, I just wanted to let you guys know about this, because I know there's a lot of people that want to buy businesses. They either don't have enough to buy a really good business, or they have enough to get a crappy business that won't make them any money, and then they're disappointed. An office is honestly one of the best decisions you can make. And I honestly never really realized it until a few days ago, because I wasn't promoting it, but then I went and took a look at the statistics, and I'm like, damn, there's people completing tasks. The money's rolling in. I just never noticed it because it's such small amounts, but it does add up at the end of the day. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think it's worth it to buy an office? And if you're an office owner yourself, comment down below how much money you've ended up making and what you'd say the best strategy is, or your personal strategy for making money from an office. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. And with that said, I will catch you guys in the next one.